For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Do another edition of the Focus program. Paul Dingeman here. Nice to see you. We've got a great lineup of guests for you today, and that begins with a lady by the name of Mary Howard, who is a librarian at the St. Clair County Library System. Mary, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
You were
Paul.
here about a year ago. You were here just at the beginning of COVID, I think.
Yes.
And it wasn't you and I that started COVID or did anything else. We're glad that's almost turning the corner now.
Exactly.
But you had some information at that time about a new program at the St. Clair County Library System about reading. When it was a really cool stuff. Is that still working?
Yeah, that was the OrCam.
Yeah.
And it's still working. We do, of course, with OrCam, you have to really follow the social distancing. It's a little difficult because in the past, obviously before COVID, I was able to, put the device on someone's head and show them the book. Now it's a little more difficult.
Oh yeah, it would be.
But we've got a great staff. They could do something. We could do, video conferencing for it. We could call in. I'm even looking at ways of doing it outdoors.
Wow.
The greatest thing, even when I purchased it, I wanted to know, is it easy to clean? And that's one of the things they said. Yes, you just take a little alcohol cloth. So it's, if you remember the device, it's about the size of a flash drive.
Right.
Very easy to clean.
Clips onto your lens.
Yes, and it can read in
your frame.
Yes, it can read any printed language, and we still have them. We did finish out the grant, but we're definitely keeping them around. So
how many units do you have?
We have 6.
Wow.
Yes, and we've got them at different branches right now, and just sort of waiting till we open up. The library is open now. We ask people come in for 30 minutes. We also do, if someone doesn't want to come in, we understand that, and we do also have curbside.
So what it does basically is it allows a person to be able to look at the words bigger.
Well, it reads it for you.
Oh, it reads it out loud.
Yeah, so if I had a magazine in front of me, Sports Illustrated, it would just start reading the article. And I could point, if maybe I didn't want to read this article about tennis and I wanted to read about baseball, I would just point and it would read it out loud.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's amazing.
And those are available, no cost.
No cost.
At many of the branches in the library system.
Yep.
But here today, I'm glad to see just a little update on that, but here today you've got 2 topics that you want to talk about. The first one is hotspots.
Yes, and I have a little hot spot right there for you.
Okay, I'll hold it up to the camera
Sure.
here. Go ahead.
Yes, they'll probably be available soon. We ask that you check the website or even feel free to call the main branch and you can ask for Mary. We're going to be having them out, and they're good for getting your Wi-Fi. If you're someone, thank you. If you're someone who's, maybe having a party in the backyard and you want some music, but your Wi-Fi doesn't go out there, you could check one of these out. If you're going,
really?
Yes, you're going on vacation, and maybe you or your children need to do a little work while you're on vacation, you can take it with you. It really is a mobile hotspot.
Okay, I'm going on vacation and I'm going to someplace way out in the woods.
Ooh.
Is it going to work?
That should work. Yep. We've it's Wi-Fi technology, and they're good. They're good for anyone within the county with a library card, anyone over 18. And when they become available, we'll have 32 units.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're all the libraries. We've researched a lot of other libraries that have done it. They're very popular. And as you can see, they're very small, easy to transport. And they're great, especially, we understand a lot of people, their children have homework or they themselves have work. We wanted to make sure that they were able to get a hold of technology, even if they couldn't make it to the library.
So is there a charge for that when I pick it up?
No, there's no charge. We want to make sure that you bring it back to where you got it from in good shape. Now we're getting to the hot weather. We don't want anyone leaving it in the hot weather or cold weather. But as long as it comes back to us in one piece and working, there is no charge.
Wow, and it's so small. So I have this, and then I must have to sign into this with my tablet or my cell phone in order to activate it and get it working. But that's wonderful technology. So many students are studying from home now, either virtually or not, but maybe if they live in a rural area, they are having difficulty getting a good, strong signal. This will give it to you?
Exactly.
Just
Definitely.
amazing. Technology is wonderful.
Isn't it
we
great?
hate it and we love it.
Exactly.
Just good stuff.
That's
good
all
stuff.
there is to it. Yeah, and they'll come in these little carrying cases, which have the charger, and that's a flash drive I added. That doesn't come with it.
Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah, you plug it in. You'll go to your device, whether it's a phone or whether it's a tablet, as you were saying. You'll look for the term that we have. Then you'll put in the password, and you're on. It takes about 30 seconds.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh, I don't know if I've got 30 seconds. I'm a pretty busy guy. That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, and the second subject is a little bigger and a little broader, but it would be of great interest to nonprofits like the American Legion or Knights of Columbus or people along those lines. And it's called Grant, how to find grants.
Yeah, it's actually, the product itself is called Candid, but it's the foundation directory online and grants to individuals. Those are two different areas you can get on. And as you were saying, anyone can get on and look for grants or find ways to fundraise. We're also going to be opening up something down the road to the public. We're going to have a live training session.
Oh,
that's
good.
something people can. We haven't set dates or anything, but that's something we'll do in the future.
But this is not for individuals. This is
No.
for 501c3
Pretty much.
nonprofits.
Yeah, most nonprofits require that. Although if you're looking for funding, the grants to individuals, it sounds like anyone could just go on, and if you were something, let's say, your house was flooded, that might not be the best place. You might do better with crowdfunding. Grants to individuals is more for, I would say, students or educational or someone in the arts. Like, let's say you're a medical student and you want to get some increased funding for a research project. You would go there. Or maybe I was a ballet dancer and I wanted to, see if I could get funding to open up a school in one of the towns around here. So you would go there. Yeah, anything. Religious organizations, education, schools can get, libraries can get funding from it. And really, the one thing I do want to say is right now it's only available at the main branch. So you will have to go to the main branch.
So I can't access it over the internet?
No.
I got to go physically to the main branch.
That's correct.
And the main branch is open when?
We are open general hours. Check the website. I don't want to say specifically in case there is a shutdown or something. But generally check the website before you head out, just to make sure that we are open.
I think all of us are learning to become more
ambidextrous.
Yeah, with all the openings and the closings and things along those lines. I think we're becoming more aware of that, and that we do check ahead of time. At least we should.
Yes, and it's interesting you said that, because one of the reasons the database exists is up to 90% of, people think a lot of things are online, but as far as grants and funding, 90% of grants are not online, because usually funders are very small. Some of them are just maybe one or two people. They don't have time to have a webmaster and have this person and that person, so they're very small. But once they submit an IRS Form 990, that's when the Foundation Center looks at that and gets them into the system, and it's a way for you as a person who needs funding to find the funders.
So we in this area are fortunate to hear a name, St. Clair County Community Foundation of St. Clair County.
Yes.
And they do a lot of granting, and they give a lot of money to the community. But you're saying there's another thousands of those that are available for individuals and groups.
It's really amazing. You can even go out of state or even, out of country sometimes. That's probably not the norm, but a lot of times people think, I'm in St. Clair County, or here I am in the city of St. Clair. Someone's only going to give me money here, but you don't. I mean, if you're doing something worthwhile, let's say you're opening up a food bank, you never know who out there might be interested in helping
supporting that.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to start with local people, but there could be someone in Colorado, there could be someone in California who really wants to fund this, maybe in an area like St. Clair County. So it's worth it to look.
Well, Mary Howard is her name. She's from the St. Clair Library group.
Yeah, that's close. Yeah, St. Clair County Library System. Yeah.
And she's a librarian there. And really, the hotspot is a great new thing that it's free, and all you got to do is come to many of the branches, and it's available. Or get a hold of you at the main branch, and you'll hear more about the grants.
Yeah. Just keep either checking our website or giving us a call to see when the hotspots will be available, or if you have any questions about using the grant, about using Candid and doing grant and funding research.
Mary, thanks for all you do. It's good stuff that you do, so that's why we went ahead to be down here. We'll be back with our next guest in just a second. One of the things we love to talk about here on Focus is the city of Marine City. And joining us now is the president of the Marine City Area Chamber of Commerce, Laura Scaccia. Welcome back to the Focus set. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
You have an announcement to make about a new executive director.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So, Ann Culling. We hired Ann Culling. It's been about, I would say, a month, right?
Yeah. Good for you.
And she's made herself right at home. She's doing a fabulous job. She's helping us organize and get things ready to roll. So when she joined, we had an event going. We threw her into it, and she did a fabulous job. And we look forward to a lot of things this year.
Well, you've had other public jobs. I mean, like being with the public before. You were with the YMCA for a long time.
Yes. I was an instructor at the YMCA. I was also on a marketing committee at the Y, and I was at one of our local hospitals for just about 18 years.
You were a neurosurgeon there, right?
I don't. Yeah. I love that.
No. I was in marketing and public relations.
Great. Well, this is the job that has been built for you then, the executive director of a chamber. I mean, that's what you do. You
Right.
make friends and influence people.
I hope to make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what's happening, what's coming up in the spring. What's it look like?
Well, we've just gotten our calendar set.
Okay.
So we're looking at a summer splash bash.
Summer splash. Let's stop there. What's that?
Summer Splash Bash. We're still working out all the details, but it's going to be focused around nautical. So we're looking for vendors who are boat, fishing, water related.
Oh, so I can come and sell something.
Yes.
Is that what you
Yes.
can- Okay.
Yep.
All right. Keep going.
And we're going to have events for the kids. We're looking at some like magnetic fishing type thing and little pools.
Oh, good.
You know, some little duck things. It's all very family friendly.
Have you picked a date?
June 26th. I almost said
20
September.
I know, June 26th.
June 26th. Is that a weekend?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then during that event, we're going to have two very special raffles. The first is the Summer Splash Cash.
Oh, wait a minute. Can't you get ones that are simpler to pronounce?
SSC.
Summer splash.
Splash cash.
Okay.
Cash. Yep.
So that raffle, we are selling a maximum of 300 tickets.
All right.
They're $100 a ticket.
All right.
The first place winner will get $10,000.
10,000.
$10,000.
That was easy to say.
That's
$10,000.
$10,000. Yep.
And then we're going to have 5 $1,000 winners.
That is really a good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We're going to be working hard to sell tickets, and yeah.
Well, it's
gonna
not
be
easy
wonderful.
to sell a $100 ticket, but your odds of some pretty good cash are pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
So you
Odds are
got
good.
300 tickets at $100 a piece. Somebody gets the top one gets 10 grand. Then there's 5 at
$1,000.
1,000. You can be any money left over?
Yeah, there will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there will.
Yep.
Oh, that's
It's going to
wonderful.
help the chamber. It's going to help another organization in town. So, it'll help out 2 organizations,
Yeah.
to keep moving forward and doing good things in Marine City. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then our second raffle that day is a tugboat ride. So that tugboat ride was donated by Malcolm Marine. And it's for 2 people, must be 18 or over.
Yeah.
And those tickets are $20 a piece.
each, yeah.
I've been on a tugboat a couple times, and one was the Malcolm Tug, and it's a fun ride. It's really, the power of those machines is so huge, and when they hit the throttle and it goes forward, that's an experience.
That's what we thought. We thought it would be really nice, and the fact that they donated that to, it's really nice.
They're good
it's
people.
Wonderful.
They're
They're
really
very
good
good people. Very good people. They helped us also with when we did the rink, and we lit
Yeah.
the ice skating rink. Malcolm Marine also helped with that in funding. So
Good.
yeah, very nice. We need we need support like that. Otherwise,
Right.
it's hard to do these things. So
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, they're very community minded.
yes, very much
Very
so.
community minded.
Yep.
All right, so that's the 26th of
Yes,
June.
yes. And then in August, we have our infamous, I should say, llama races.
All right.
And that is August 13th. That's a Friday. So Friday the 13th, we're thinking that will be a fun day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then September 17th, also a Friday, is our golf outing.
Okay.
The first Saturday in October is our Pumpkin Palooza. The first Saturday in December is Maritime Christmas. And that'll take us to the end of 2020.
That's where she became famous, was
That-
Maritime Christmas.
Is it?
I did.
Yeah.
Something like that.
With your
or infamous, something like that.
with your outfit, your Christmas outfit, Christmas Carol
Oh
outfit.
yeah, that was it. Right, that was it. Yeah.
I'm going to have to dig through some photos.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right. That's right.
So we have a lot of great things.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we're excited.
Oh, that's good, and you'll find, I think, as you get into it, the committees and the people that will be supporting you will really support you too. They're good
The people I've met so far have been amazing. Our
Good.
business owners are fantastic. I can't believe how much they just give.
Yeah,
So I'm very happy.
and you've
very
been in the
happy.
business long enough, fundraising and that kind of stuff, that it's a lot of times it's pulling teeth. So to see it from the other side, that they're willing to step up is gratifying.
Yes.
So good.
I feel I can't help but be successful
Right.
with our businesses.
Well, you'll get support.
yes.
And you, young lady, are the world famous Titanic is
Yes.
carrying on. Talk to me
It
about that.
is,
Nice
it
story in the
is.
Times Herald. Very,
Thank
very
you.
honoring Gary, and
Yes,
it was
very
good.
nice. Bryce did a beautiful job.
Yeah.
It was a very emotional day that
Oh, it
she
had to
called
be.
me because I was emotional. We were crying on the phone together talking about
right.
it. So, yeah, it's an emotional thing, but it's also a good thing. So
Yeah.
after Gary passed, his business, and he was a collector of beautiful and wonderful things. So part of my job over the last 3+ years has
Right.
been finding new homes for a lot of his collection. And so Titanic being one of those tough pieces, there was always somebody I thought about in the back of my mind, and I reached out to him last year, and we talked, and he was excited, and he had spoken to Gary about buying or purchasing or taking on Titanic. And so so it's going to Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. It's the Star Barns, and they host events. They are hosting 150 weddings this year.
I was just amazed at that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's very close to Hershey, Pennsylvania. It definitely is a destination place. We've been there. Lori and I have been, my associate have been there. I've been there a few times. We've made deliveries there before. And he owns every one of our fine art models. And so now he will be the owner and the caretaker of the Jewel, which is the builder's model of Titanic.
Good.
So he's actually building a room for it. He will have one of his barns will be dedicated to fine art models and Gary's company, but also to the Titanic. So yeah, it's exciting.
And Gary never wanted anybody to make a profit off of coming
Right.
to see it, and
Right.
this money goes to charity, as I read.
Yeah, so he does, David Abel, who was the owner, he lost his daughter years ago, and he started a foundation, a nonprofit in her name. He also he's adopted like 12 children in addition. And so, and some of them have some disabilities. And so money that gets raised from Titanic will go to this foundation, and then it will go to help kids with disabilities throughout
Wonderful.
the world.
Great.
So yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah, it really is.
So yeah, so in the article I said I think Gary would have been happy. I think he would have been happy.
Yeah, Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I'm glad you both came. Welcome to the Marine City Chamber area. You'll do fine. When we're looking forward to, great things from you, and obviously you'll deliver.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else? Should we?
Well, I want to say that you can see Titanic until
Oh,
the
yeah.
3rd of April.
Okay.
It leaves the 6th, but the 3rd is the last day. And a lot of people think that the Mariner is closing. We are not closing. We are actually looking forward to some really exciting things. We're starting to show films again.
Oh, good.
We've opened up retail. We have some really neat stuff.
So make sure you stop.
Yes, make sure you stop and see us.
Can you walk in with a ice cream from the Sweet Tooth?
Absolutely. We won't kick you out.
Okay, good, good.
Good.
All righty.
All right.
So April the 3rd, last day to see the Titanic.
Yes.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
That's about it for this edition of the Focus Program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Paul Dingham. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingaman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.